a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. González. González is an American activist and advocate for gun control. As a high school senior, she survived the February 2018 Stoneman Douglas High School shooting in Parkland, Florida, and in response co-founded the gun control advocacy group Never Again MSD. She first drew national attention after a speech she gave at a rally against gun violence went viral. Early life and education. González was raised in Parkland, Florida. Her mother is a math tutor and her father is a cybersecurity attorney who immigrated from Cuba to New York City in 1968. She has two older siblings. González is expected to graduate from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in the spring of 2018, where she also serves as the president of its Gay-Straight Alliance. In high school, González was the tracking team leader on Project Aquila, a mission to send a school-made weather balloon to the edge of space. The project was documented by fellow student David Hogg. She enjoys creative writing and astronomy, but not mathematics. On the day of the shooting, she was in the auditorium with dozens of other students when the fire alarm went off. She attempted to exit through the hallway, but was told to take cover and took refuge back in the auditorium, where she was held for 2 hours until police let students out. Prior to the shooting, she planned to study at New College of Florida. Advocacy. On February 17, 2018, González gave an 11-minute speech in front of the Broward County Courthouse at a gun control rally in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The speech was in reaction to the Stoneman Douglas High School shooting 3 days previously, during which a gunman had killed 17 and severely injured many more. In the speech, she pledged to work with her peers to pressure lawmakers to change the law. The speech featured a call and response, "We call BS," in response to gun laws, calling for advocacy and empowering young people to speak out against school shootings. The speech then went viral. According to the Washington Post, González's speech became emblematic of the new strain of furious advocacy that sprung up immediately after the shooting. In an interview with Ellen DeGeneres, González said she felt her message would resonate through repetition. "I knew I would get my job done properly at that rally if I got people chanting something. And I thought, we call BS has 4 syllables. That's good. I'll use that. I didn't want to say the actual curse words. This message doesn't need to be thought of in a negative way at all." She and other survivors spoke with Florida state legislators in Tallahassee on February 20, 2018. The students watched the legislature vote down debate on an existing gun control bill. The students also spoke at an internationally televised town hall hosted by CNN on February 21, 2018. González and others criticized the National Rifle Association as well as politicians who accept money from it as being complicit in the shootings, and stated that, "You're either funding the killers, or you're standing with the children." At the town hall, González pressed an NRA representative to clarify her position on guns. Dana Loesch, "I want you to know that we will support your 2 children in the way that you will not," González said at the town hall. "The shooter at our school obtained weapons that he used on us legally. Do you believe that it should be harder to obtain the semi-automatic and the modifications for these weapons to make them fully automatic like bump stocks?" Loesch answered González by arguing that mentally ill people shouldn't have access to weapons. González interjected and noted that she hadn't answered her question. "I think I'm gonna interrupt you real quick and remind you that the question is actually, do you believe it should be harder to obtain these semi-automatic weapons and modifications to make them fully automatic, such as bump stocks?" Shortly after her viral speech and high-profile media appearances, González joined Twitter and acquired more than 1 million followers within a span of less than 10 days, surpassing both the NRA and Loesch. González and other students including David Hogg and Cameron Kasky are organizing and participating in a March 24, 2018 nationwide protest called March for Our Lives with the primary focus on Washington, D.C. González has continued to speak out as part of a nationwide movement by students against gun violence, which includes a school walkout on April 20, 2018, the 19th anniversary of the Columbine High School massacre. Glamour magazine called González the face of the Never Again movement, and a recognizable icon, while the Washington Post called her La Nueva Cara of Florida Latinx, and drew comparisons to the revolutionary José Martí. New laws. In March 2018, the Florida legislature passed a bill titled the Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School Public Safety Act. It raises the minimum age for buying firearms to 21, establishes waiting periods and background checks, provides a program for the arming of some teachers, and the hiring of school police, bans bump stocks, and bars potentially violent or mentally unhealthy people arrested under certain laws from possessing guns. In all, it allocates around $400 million. The governor signed the bill into law on March 9. He commented, "To the students of Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School, you made your voices heard. You didn't let up and you fought until there was change." Attacks and conspiracy theories. González was attacked for her Fort Lauderdale speech by many from the political right wing of American politics and press. She was also faced derogatory comments made by internet trolls about her sexual orientation, short hair, and skin color. Conspiracy theorists have falsely accused the students, including González, of being crisis actors. Benjamin Kelly, an aide to Florida State Representative Sean Harrison, was fired after making such accusations. Donald Trump Jr. faced criticism for appearing to support the crisis actor accusations. Personal life. González identifies as bisexual. According to Vogue, her buzz cut is not a reaction to the school shooting. "People asked me, 'Are you taking a feminist stand?' No, I wasn't. It's Florida. Hair is just an extra sweater I'm forced to wear," González recalled. "I even made a PowerPoint presentation to convince my parents to let me shave my head, and it worked." Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like